DJ Akademiks takes aim at J.Cole. Let's talk about it. This is Fresh Hip-Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So, DJ Akademiks, no stranger for controversial comments, has laid aim at the former member of the Big Three, which used to consist of Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. And yes, he's aimed at J. Cole. And Akademiks said this: "What happened to that ninja J. Cole? I ain't hear about him since he started popping ish about wanting to battle, then lined his homie Drake to battle Kendrick Dolo, while he sidestepped the whole battle and copped all types of pleas." Damn, Akademiks don't hold back. And of course he's talking about with the whole Kendrick Lamar dissing Drake and J. Cole, which ended up turning into the beef or battle of the generation between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. And J. Cole got involved. He was actually the first one to drop a diss, from what I remember. But then pretty much the following day, he retracted it, took it down all streaming platforms, said he couldn't bear to battle his homie K-Dot. He had too much love for him. But back to what Akademiks was saying, where has J. Cole been? He's been hiding. He ain't been seen. His last album was in 2021 with The Off Season, which did very well critically and commercially. But in terms of forthcoming projects, his next album is rumored to be meant to be his last album, The Fall Off. There's word on these online streets that it's meant to be a triple disc, even though we don't have disc anymore. I'm guessing they mean have a lot of music on the album. But there's no official date as yet scheduled for the album, which is supposed to be a sort of retirement album. And what is J. Cole is 40 years old or something like that, or maybe 39. You might be thinking rapping in your 40s ain't the thing to do, especially with a full-length album. I can't imagine he's gonna retire completely. Maybe he just means from albums. But DJ Akademiks bringing up the whole copping a plea, leaving his buddy Drake to go at Kendrick Lamar. Is that a fair assessment or a fair comment to aim at J. Cole? Of course, rap fans were not happy when Cole bowed out of the battle of the generation. Somebody that everybody respected his pen game. Most even considered him more lyrical than the other two, more than Drake and Kendrick. And veteran rappers from back in the day and even currently all didn't approve of Cole backing out, just purely based on the competitive nature of hip-hop. It's all about battling, seeing who is the best. And at that point in hip-hop, it really was truly a big three. This video with Drake and Cole, where Cole compared himself to Muhammad Ali, was basically the best time for him to really express and emphasize and put his foot down to show that he's the best. And backing out did maybe just affect his glow, his MC glow. Still respected, still liked, still one of most people's favorite rappers in the game, and arguably still #1 MC lyrically. But you'd be lying to say he didn't lose some brownie points. And this clip I'm about to play you, Akademiks speaks in that similar sort of vein or similar kind of opinion. Check out the clip.
When J. Cole did was it Might Delete Later, when he had dissed Kendrick, in my opinion, I've said this for the last year, out of Kendrick Lamar, Aubrey Drake Graham, and Jermaine Cole, I believe J. Cole has been rapping the best. His pen has been the most potent. That's why when it came to times where it was competition time, battle time, we thought, okay, Kendrick's jumping up. Seemed like he might be taking shots at both y'all, maybe a little bit more Drake than Cole, but Cole's the guy. Cole was also rapping like he rapped on First Person Shooter. He says, "We the Big Three like we started a league, but right now I'm feeling like Muhammad Ali." He was taking it and saying, he says, "I'm numero uno." He was saying that. What I realized about J. Cole is that he's just not good at playing the villain. His thing isn't controversy and confrontation and negative energy. You could tell. So while I believe he's been rapping the best, when he dissed Kendrick, it fell flat because a lot of people, even me, said, it sounds like he don't believe what he's saying.
To me, that sounds like a rap fan that was somewhat disappointed with J. Cole. And I know Akademiks is a big Drake fan. He was always going to root for Drake over Kendrick Lamar. And maybe feels like J. Cole could have helped with Drake beating Kendrick, and it wouldn't have been such a unanimous and humiliating defeat for Drake. But like I said before, Cole was in his bag, and that's what Akademiks said, and most people would say that. Cole was in some great MCing, pure hip-hop form. So the fact that he didn't step up to the plate with his first real hip-hop battle is just part of the sport. It's disappointing to most people. But at the same time, the way the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef went, in terms of very, very personal, in hindsight, I think everyone can say Cole really made the right decision. I can't really see Cole getting as low and dirty as Drake and Kendrick did in terms of insulting each other and making stuff up about each other on a personal level. But would I want to see Kendrick versus Cole on a lyrical level? Of course. Who wouldn't have? Definitely the two most lyrical rappers in the game. But you can't change what happened. Kendrick is now the king. There is no top three, it's just him. But back to what Akademiks said. Cole ain't missing. Cole is just doing his thing. Cole is always under the radar. Emphasized by his latest post on X. The man is just riding a bike in the street. No security, nothing. He's a man of the people, and I guess that's why people like him. When Cole drops his next album, whether it's his last album or not, his legacy is set. Yeah, the battle, backing out of the battle will stain his legacy a little bit, but overall he'll be remembered as an MC who was arguably the best lyrically of his generation. DJ Akademiks reveals his Mount Rushmore of Atlanta rappers. Let's talk about it. So yes, DJ Akademiks has revealed that Young Thug is still in his Mount Rushmore of Atlanta rappers of all time. This comes after several weeks of leaked phone calls of the Atlanta rapper spilling the beans on his fellow MCs and hip-hop counterparts. He spoke about Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Gucci Mane, 21 Savage, and more. Leaked interrogation videos has meant that Young Thug is seen on the same level as Gunna. And I've seen some say he's worse, because to sit down in an interrogation room for over 2 hours is just a bit too much that people can't bear to stand. But DJ Akademiks, like I said, here is his list of his top Atlanta rappers of all time. He put Young Thug still on the Mount Rushmore of Atlanta rap, no matter what the last 2 weeks made y'all feel about him. It's T.I., Outkast, Future, and King Spider. Now, I don't know, this list is Akademiks' list, what he believes are his favorite Atlanta rappers, or he's speaking on what hip-hop should be saying are the best Atlanta rappers of all time. I'm guessing it's his personal favorites. And it's a solid list. I mean, T.I. is a legend. Outkast, of course. Future and King Spider. Okay. I see where he's coming from. And a lot of people might say Young Thug should not be anywhere near this list anymore. After his whole street cred is in jeopardy. The whole thing that made him him. Although I do believe he has good music as well. It's not just about street cred. But Akademiks' list has got me thinking, which other rappers from Atlanta, whether they're from there or associated, should make or would make that Mount Rushmore? Like Akademiks said, we got Outkast, consisting of Andre 3K and Big Boy, who redefined Southern rap and put Atlanta on the global hip-hop map back in the 90s. Although the peak of their career was the early 2000s, but 100% they should be on the list. Again, T.I., often called the king of the South, helped popularize trap music. Some say that he created it, and he had one hell of a run. Hits galore. You can't really argue him being in the reckoning. You got Gucci Mane, the rapper with probably the biggest transformation of all time. He's a foundational figure in trap and mentor to a lot of Atlanta rappers. Let's keep it real. Ludacris, someone who I think gets overlooked a lot when it comes to best rappers of all time, or even of his generation. He's not mentioned much. But Luda, what was he known for? Really his witty wordplay. And if you're talking about hits, Ludacris was one of the biggest selling rappers of the 2000s, 100%. Which makes it even weirder that he's overlooked so much. You got Young Jeezy. When Jeezy came out, 2005, that was mad. Obviously one of these rappers all about the streets, being authentic. When gangster rappers had to have some street credibility, he had it in abundance. Another trap pioneer though, with gritty street anthems. Soul Survivor, I mean, his run wasn't that long, but it was potent nevertheless. He's the sort of rapper that rappers wanted to make music with just because of the street credibility. It really wasn't one to be all lyrical with. Like, those were the kind of the veterans of Atlanta. But then you got like Akademiks said, Future, one of the most influential rappers of the 2010s, no doubt, shaping melodic rap and trap music at the same time. Very unique voice. One of the most unique voices in hip-hop history, in my opinion. And again, hits galore. He's worked with everybody from Drake to all the street guys. He's definitely in the reckoning. Of course, the guy who is in the news so much right now, Young Thug. Thugger. Somebody might say Young Rat. I didn't say it. I'm just saying somebody might. But besides all the snitching claims, the guy has hits, has his own sound. Different sound. He's unique. Whether it's wearing dresses, to the way he starts singing on songs all melodic. I don't think he'll be on many people's GOAT list right now, but he's definitely a legendary Atlanta artist who a lot of people will still put on that Mount Rushmore. Next you got 21 Savage. Some people might say he ain't from Atlanta, he's from the UK. But look, he reps both sides, okay? But personally, I'm a big fan of 21 Savage, especially of the guys of the new era. He's probably my favorite of the new era. I like his style of rap, the sound he has, the way he speaks. But he's more dark, street, storytelling style of rap. And then he's got a few catchy tracks as well. But I'm a big fan of Savage. Next Atlanta rapper is Lil Baby, one of the biggest rappers in the world today. 100%. You can kind of say he's leading the Atlanta new wave. Again, another rapper that is really based on a lot of street credibility. Him and Young Thug used to be real tight, but apparently he's not taking Young Thug's calls. Damn, son. Then we got the Migos, Quavo, Offset, Takeoff, of course. Huge group in the 2010s. I'm not going to say I'm the biggest fan of the Migos, but their hits do not lie. They were running things for a long time. And then we got the female on this list, Latto. For me, I really do like Latto. Not just because of her looks. She can actually rap. Pretty decent for today's standard. You got Playboy Cardi. Interesting rapper, interesting artist. I'm not going to say he's my cup of tea necessarily, but he's up there. He's very popular and has to be recognized. Maybe too new to be considered a GOAT on the Mount Rushmore, but maybe one for the future. Then you got Gunna, a controversial one, but his album was great. Let's keep it real, because everybody had their knives out for Gunna. They didn't want him to succeed, but the music spoke for itself. A melodic artist, obviously under Young Thug's guidance and his label, but has made his own lane and is doing his thing. In terms of my top 4, if I was going to make a Mount Rushmore, it would be similar to Akademiks. T.I., Outkast, but I wouldn't put Future or King Spider. Me personally, I would put in Ludacris and Gucci Mane. That would be my personal Mount Rushmore. But that's just my opinion. I want to know yours. What do you think about Akademiks' Mount Rushmore of Atlanta rappers? And would you put Young Thug in there? And also let me know what your Mount Rushmore of Atlanta rappers. Get in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And for less than a couple dollars a month, you can become a member of the channel. Exclusive content just for you. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.